Huh?
At Northeastern Illinois University. He was a graduate teaching associate for the Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences at the University of Chicago, Illinois. He's a technical consultant with the National Geographic Children's Science books, and the list goes on and on and on. And I'd like to welcome today Mr. Cary Easterday.
Hey, thank you very much for making me here today, especially on such a beautiful day like it is outside. I really do appreciate that. I also just wanted to briefly say something or confirm something that Jim had said earlier. Moscone is well established. They are well known. They do very good things, not only for the members, but for the scientific community at large. I heard about Moscone long before I ever moved to Illinois. I knew about Moscone when I lived in Maryland, and Ohio, and Washington State. So you all do great work, and I highly encourage you to learn more about them and possibly join. So, thanks again for coming. Okay, what I'm going to say now, or what I'm going to talk about, is a project that I've been working on for the last 3 years. I've been looking at fossil insects. I've had an interest in fossil insects for about a decade now, and I'm putting that interest and expertise and opportunities in this area and other places into action. And right now I'm just going to focus on a part of that project that I'm doing, the part that is concerned with Mazon Creek. All right, so for this talk, I just want to briefly go over history of the research in terms of the fossil insects. Talk about my project in particular, what I'm doing at different museums, and what I can do here as well. And then I'll talk about the results of what I've been working on. The main purposes of what I've been doing is to just figure out what's really out there in terms of insect diversity, abundance, and also location geographically and stratigraphically within Mazon Creek and other places around the country. And then finally, if you're interested and want to know more about fossil insects, I'll give you some great references. Okay? All right, so just a little bit of background in case you walked in and you've never heard of Mazon Creek. Mazon Creek is a fossil locality. It's about 60 miles southwest of Chicago. And it represents an environment where there used to be a seaway, coal swamps, deltas. This is Chicago, and this is the Mazon Creek area, this box right here. And these are cities within Illinois where fossils have been found in these areas. These dark spots here are old coal mine pits where fossils have been found in the Mazon Creek area. The actual locality itself is quite extensive. That's 10 miles. We're talking about like 40 miles by like 60 miles wide. So when I say fossil locality, I don't mean just one point on a map. I mean an actual map. That's kind of the nice thing about Mazon Creek. And then this is an even closer look at some fossil localities around some of the pits. Mazon Creek, by the way, the locality is Carboniferous in age, and I'll explain what that is. All right, so if you're not familiar with the geological time scale, these are the older dates, the older periods, and these are the younger time intervals. We live up here in Holocene. The Carboniferous is a period of time that occurs from approximately 360 million years ago to about 300 million years ago. So it's about a 60 million year interval time period. It's pretty long. Mazon Creek itself, the deposits of the fossils were deposited approximately about 310 million years ago, based on the evidence. So we're talking about the upper Carboniferous. It's called the Pennsylvanian and Mazon Creek is within kind of the middle of the Pennsylvania, again about 310 million years ago. So, where was it located in the Carboniferous? This is a paleogeographic map of what the Earth looked like in the Carboniferous. You probably don't recognize anything on the map. North America is right here. Illinois, Mazon Creek is right there. So around the time of Mazon Creek, of the deposits, Mazon Creek was located approximately at the Paleo-Equator. This huge mountain chain here represents part of the Appalachians and the Atlas Mountains, and this is Africa here, South America here, but North America is right about here, and over here is Europe, parts of Russia. All right? And this is just a close-up, a slightly different map, but again, Mazon Creek is located around the Paleo-Equator about 310 million years ago. All right, so I'm going to be talking about the diversity of insects at Mazon Creek. So I'm not sure how much biology background you have, so I'll just kind of introduce something I'll be talking about a lot, and that is biological classification. In case you're not familiar with it, biological classification is just an easy way of putting creatures in boxes so that you know what they are and where they kind of compare, how they compare to other creatures. For example, okay, I have a dog here and a black widow spider. These are the different levels of biological classification. These are the bigger boxes, the kingdoms. Okay, there are 5 major kingdoms: animals, plants. I know I almost stutter over it. But, animals, plants. There are 2 fungi, and there are 2 single cell kingdoms as well. But so these are the bigger boxes, and then phylums a little smaller. There are multiple phyla within kingdoms. There are multiple classes within phyla. All right, and these are the smallest boxes. All right, these represent species which can reproduce only within their species. All right. So just the example of dog. Dogs are animals, so they're in the animal kingdom. They have a nerve cord, so they're in the phylum Chordata. By the way, we have a nerve cord, so we're also in the same phylum. Dogs are mammals. They suckle their young. They have fur, hair, and they have the right combination of ear bones, just like us. So far, we're in the same phylum and class and kingdom. They're in a slightly different order. They're carnivores. All right, this includes the dogs and the cats. All right. And they're in the canid family, which includes dogs. Canis is the genus, and then the species. The species is a little different. The species always comes in 2 parts. It's binomial. It's 2 parts. So the species isn't just domesticus, it's Canis domesticus. All right? So for my talk, though, I'm not going to be talking about all of these. I'll be focusing on orders, families, genera, and species. All right? And this is just another example of black widow spiders, if you've ever seen one of these. These are arachnids. They're spiders. They're closely related to insects. They're not insects. But this is how they break down. All right? And this is their name, Lactrodectus mactans. All right? There's actually multiple species, but that's one of them. Okay, so what is an insect? So you know what I'm talking about. All right? Simple definition is an insect lives on land, most of them do. They have 6 legs and 3 body parts. They have a head, there's a middle part here where all the legs are attached, it's called the thorax, and then there's a long abdomen. Actually, this might be a better example. See the head with the eyes on it, there's the middle part, all the wings are attached there, and all the legs are attached underneath, and then this is the long abdomen. All right, so all insects have that basic body plan. Anything other than that is not an insect. Okay, and I just wanted to show you this. This was what postage stamps a couple years ago. But there are insects and spiders on here. These are the spiders. Therefore, they are not insects. So why are they not insects? Well, they have 8 walking legs and they have only 2 body segments. Can you go back one? Here's the front body segment. It's called the carapace or the epistosoma or prosoma, and then this part of the body is the abdomen or epistosoma. All right, so 2 body parts, 8 legs, and 1 one. And also, these are also common arthropods that live on the land. These have many, many legs, and they basically, even though they have all the legs, they basically only have 2 body parts. They have the head, and then they have the trunk, and the trunk is just repeated, all right, for all the different leg pairs. But all centipedes and millipedes have that basic body plan. They are myriapods, they're a different group.